If you are a business owner or an agency owner and you are struggling to see results from YouTube, I guarantee you're making one of these mistakes I'm going to cover in this video. And if you are, it is highly affecting your results for your business from YouTube. I've worked with multiple B2B business owners and agency owners, and I constantly see the same mistakes. So in this video, I'm going to cover those mistakes. And once you fix them, like I said, you will see better results for your business. So let's get into it. First of all, a massive misconception means that more views equals more sales. That is not true. You need your ICP watching your video, right? 100 ICPs are way better than 10,000 random views. And as you can see here, just one singular ready to buy qualified lead coming to you from YouTube is much better than this massive queue of not qualified, time wasters, and just not ready to buy people. So you have to be optimizing your videos for your ICP. There is no point of running a YouTube channel if you're getting 10,000 views but nobody buying, compared to 100 views but all of them being potentially interested and potentially coming to buy. The results you will see are way better from those 100 people than those 10,000 people. So you have to optimize for your ICP and not for just a general viewer, right? You're not trying to go viral. You're not trying to be this massive creator. You are trying to make content that is going to attract your ideal client, bring them to you, get them to buy your service and become your client, right? So that is something I have to urge before we get into this video, so you get away from this misconception that more views equals more sales, whereas more qualified views is what equals more sales when it comes to YouTube, right? But the mistake number one that I see so many people make when it comes to YouTube is essentially no SEO at all, right? To do well on YouTube, especially in this business/agency niche, you need to optimize your titles, your description, your tags, and just a general video around your SEO, right? Without SEO, YouTube has no way of knowing who your video is for. But the biggest advantage of this is knowing that you're being pushed to the right audience. Once you can optimize for SEO, you are going to start being pushed to the right audience. We have also seen this helps in YouTube pushing you more. If you want to see a video on exactly how you can optimize for SEO and how to do research prior to making a video to make sure that the video that you're filming actually succeeds and does well, then you can watch my previous video that I just recorded that covers all this in a step-by-step detail, right? But essentially, when I say that this helps YouTube in pushing you more, essentially when you optimize for your ICP, the video is designed so well for that audience that they are going to react super well to it. You're just going to push it to that small audience, to your ICP. They're going to react super well to it because the video is optimized for them. And YouTube see this metrics and all these analytics and that it's doing really well in that small audience, and they're going to start pushing your video out more. And similar, they're going to start pushing it to your similar to ICP, but it's going to be a slightly wider persona, right? And YouTube have now pushed it to a slightly wider audience. They're not going to react as well to it. Some might do, but some might not. But because the previous ICP reacted so well to the video, it should still look really good in analytics, and YouTube will now push it to an even wider audience. Then now the video is now being pushed as wide as possible, and eventually it will slow down. But for the meantime, you have been pushed out to the wide audience because you've just optimized around this. A lot more difficult to get this audience down here to react really well to your initial video, and because you haven't given YouTube the information that you need through SEO, they don't know where to push you to. The initial audience that gets pushed, you don't react towards it, and your video kind of just flops, which is why you see your video not doing very well, right? And this leads to results like this, right? 3.6k views, that's a 65 times outlier, right? 12k views, a 67 times outlier. And you also see videos like this where they're constant growth, which is this video here. You see constant growth, and even 100 days after uploading video, you can still see the video is still getting views. And that is the power of YouTube. We're talking 100 days after the video was originally reposted, still getting views, still getting leads, still getting clients, still getting money for his business, right? So incredibly important to optimize around SEO. The next biggest and probably the most common thing that I see is business owners, agency owners just sitting down and pressing record. Too many business owners just sit down, press record, hit upload, and hope that the video does well. There's no topic research, there's no keyword planning, there's no strategy, there's no scripting, there's nothing, right? And then they wonder why the video never reaches the right audience or any audience at all. YouTube isn't just about posting content, it's about creating videos designed to be found by people who want what you sell. And when you just sit down, press record, and hope that it does well, you will struggle, right? There is outliers and exceptions to this, right? With some of the bigger names, but for the majority of people, it is really difficult to just sit down, press record, upload a video, and just hope that it does well. You have to have some planning, some strategy behind it, and optimize a lot of things, right? The next thing that I did, a massive mistake, is no thumbnails, and put no editing in brackets for a reason. But essentially, your thumbnail is the first thing that viewer sees. Without one, no one clicks it. Even if your video is exactly what they look for, your competitors will simply grab attention better, right? Stop using random screenshots from your video as a thumbnail. This does not work. When you look at YouTube and you're looking for something to watch on YouTube, you need to grab attention, right? The thumbnail is the first thing that majority of people see, and they look at thumbnails that are designed well. Something has to grab that viewer's attention because there's so many other thumbnails to compete with. When it's a simple screenshot of your video, that is not grabbing anyone's attention, which means they won't look at your thumbnail, then they're not going to read the title, and they simply won't click on your video. However, your competitor who is right next to you, who has done a thumbnail, and they see the thumbnail, pay attention to that thumbnail, because that thumbnail just has something that grabs their attention better. They then read the title, and that person is going to get the click. Your competitor will get the click compared to you, because you decide to be lazy, decide to be cheap, or you just think that for some reason a raw thumbnail that's just a random screenshot from your video seems to work better, right? Like I say here, the goal of thumbnail is to stop someone scroll, to make them pay attention, cause enough curiosity and urgency to then make them read the title, and then that should work well with the title to increase that urgency and curiosity even more, like they feel like they need to watch the video. And also, adding on to this, with editing, you don't need it done, but based on the video, it will help. If you're just doing a simple loom recording like this, you don't necessarily need the editing, right? However, if you're doing a full talking head and you're just sitting there for 15 minutes talking just you to the camera, majority of times, and this is a majority, it will not work. You need some sort of b-roll, you need some sort of editing to keep that engaged. And I don't mean it needs to be crazy extravagant editing, just simple tweaks so people can keep seeing something that's catching their eye, right? You just need to keep that retention, right? And the easiest way to do that is just have simple b-roll popping up there and editing. You can have extreme editing depending on your audience, but it is not needed. But if you're doing a living video like this, you don't really need a lot of editing, because there is lots of stuff on the screen to consume and to make them pay attention, right? And another one is no clear call to action, right? I can't tell you the amount of business owners and business videos I see that make it difficult to find the call to action, right? This is exactly how you should be optimizing your call to action. Number one, have it in the top 2 lines of the description, right? When people watch a YouTube video, in those top 2 lines is all they see, unless they click on more. A lot of people don't click on more. So if you're having it underneath your top 2 lines, a lot of people are going to miss out on it. You want to have it at the top of your description, so when people watch your video, click your video, is right there and then in their face, right? You also want to have it as a pinned comment. Most and a lot of people don't have anything in their pinned comments. However, this is one simple spot to just improve those conversions a little bit. And even if it's a tiny conversion per video, we always look at YouTube on a longer time frame. So even if a tiny percent of people from that video are converting through that pinned comment over time, and these results will matter and they will do well. So you can just copy and paste. You can test different call to actions, just have one there, right? Have a main call to action in video and subtle ones throughout, right? So at the end of the video, you want to have a big call to action to get people to book in a call to sign up for your newsletter, whatever it is. Have that at the end, but throughout the video, you want to have very subtle call to actions to make sure people are converting, because a lot of people don't stay until the end. So if you wait until the end, you're going to lose out on most people. So you want to have one at 30, 40, 50% mark. Not many, very subtle ones, right? But you do want to have them throughout, just so people know you do have something for them. And then you also have an about section on this is your main YouTube channel, so not a specific video, but on your main YouTube channel, when people go on your channel, you should have a call to action there that has a link directly to your website, to your Calendly, to your newsletter, whatever it is, so people can essentially come to you for your services. And these are essentially the 4 biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people make. And as you can see, YouTube is not as simple as just press record the video, post, and see results. It takes time, it takes research, and it takes complete optimization to be at the top and to actually see results from YouTube. You can go away and do this all yourself, but in between running your business, doing client work, trying to get more clients, you are going to burn yourself out and you're not going to do YouTube properly, right? And you will probably end up wasting a lot of time, because it is a lot to learn. Instead, you can have a team like us do it all for you. All you really have to do is just record the video, take you about 30 minutes a week, and just reap the rewards from YouTube. If that's of interest to you, you can click the first link in the description below, book in a call with me, and we can just go over in a super quick call to see if it's something that we can help you with. If you're not ready for that just yet, then you can watch my previous video, like I mentioned, which goes over exactly how to optimize your video for SEO to make sure you are actually ranking and getting the best results from your time, money, and effort that you put into YouTube. I'll see you there. Take care and peace out.